Hello students and YouTubers. Welcome back to another installment of Mr. Atkinson's drawing lessons. This version is going to be your third installment of the optical illusion lesson, and this is option 5 for our South Madison 6th graders. Come along, see what we're doing. I'll show you option 5 in the next slide, but basically today we're going to make these bubbly, organic, interlocking vines. I think you're really going to like it. For today's lesson, you'll need a pencil and a sheet of paper and some coloring supplies. Starting out, you can make your paper go sideways or up and down. Next, you're going to draw a wavy line across the center of your paper, however you'd like. Next, you're going to put 6 to 8 dots on this line. Doesn't matter where. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Their placement's going to change the way this image looks. Next, you're going to connect these dots with semicircles. So I'll start with these two here. I'm going to make sort of a semicircle like so. Switch it up, move to the next one, and on through across the page. It helps if these dots are different lengths apart, because then it will change how your effect works. So maybe put a couple of yours closer together, farther apart. This one's kind of curvy. I like this one too. And then when you get to the edge, we'll just sort of make them jump off the page. So you'll have like an extra on each end. All right. From the other direction, we'll flip it and we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. So we'll do one to match or mirror it. Another one like so. So that we end up with these full circles across the page. Not bad. As I work through this, we're going to end up making them connect through the top and the bottom of the page. I'll draw for a little bit, but you'll get the idea. Each of these sections is going to start growing its own way, and depending on how you make each line connect, it'll change the way it evolves. So like in this one, I got a little point here on that. It's okay, because as that one grows up, these might start connecting to it, and this one might end up going away. We'll see what happens as we go. I wanted to point out a couple of things I was doing to exaggerate some areas. This area, I gradually made bigger and wider so that that area sort of expanded out. Same thing here. I made this one kind of twist and turn to the left, and this one start turning a little bit to the right, while these two in the middle sort of disappear. I like that idea because then it's like falling in behind these rows. Okay, so after you finish the first half, I kind of got mine done there. I'm going to flip it all the way around and continue going the other direction. All right, you're welcome to sort of pick and choose which ones you do, and then if you want to make them turn different directions, you just end up exaggerating different areas so that they appear to then turn. I'll explain another little section here. On some of these, as I've expanded them out, I've left this like little space or row to go in between and then around this way, almost like this one wraps around the end of that. And same thing in here, as this one's disappearing, I'm just gonna make it smaller so it disappears into that crack. But these, since there's still some space left, I'm gonna go ahead and fill that in like this row then continues and wraps around there. And here we are on our finished design. I will say one last thing I would do before you go to color this is go in between where the two sort of tubes meet and just darken this line in so that it looks like it's separated. It just adds another extra layer. I've overlapped on some of them and messed up essentially, but what I want to do is go back through and show that dark line as a separation between the different tubes. So I'm just going through and darkening that line to show the separation. And then I'll give you a progress update on coloring. For my next step, I'm going to go ahead and outline all of my marks. I've got like a fine line Sharpie marker here, one of these Stadlers. It's going to look real nice when I go through this. If you want to move on to color right now, you may. I would suggest using your different color patterns, color wheels, complementary colors, warm colors, cool colors, your choice. But I'm going to go ahead and trace mine with black marker here, black pen, and then I'll show you some coloring progress. Okay, here we are with all the marks traced, and then I went back through on most of them and I erased the pencil marks in between. You know, gives it a little more cleaned up look. And then I'm ready to color. Obviously, you can approach this how you want, but I think what I'm gonna do is, you know, maybe this section is gonna be shades of blue, and I'll do shades of like green through here. I'm just gonna switch it up, whichever way I feel like it. Approach it how you like. All right, show and tell time. I've got it all the way done. I used my Jolly Kinder sticks and some Crayola colored pencils this time around, and I must say I'm very, very pleased with the results. Voila. Here is your example number 5, option 5 of the optical illusions. Things I really like about this one, taking the time with that pen marker, the black marker, to go through and outline everything, really made everything stand out. Doing different color patterns through the way, using warm colors, using cool colors. I tried to pair them as closely as I could to something that was in their wheelhouse. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. As always, the world's a bright place. I want you to go exploring, take an adventure, really, really enjoy what the world is bringing you. And we'll see you next time.